What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to Bruce and Stephanie Comics. My name is Bruce, and today is Tuesday, December 6th of 2022. And guys, welcome to your Wednesday pull list. In this video, I go over my top 5 must-have pickups for this upcoming new comic book day. And I let you know what are the best stories to be reading, and I consider the story, the artwork, everything that makes a comic book a comic book. But we go over so much more in today's video. I have a whole checklist that I'm about to go over, letting you know everything that we're going to cover. But before we get into that, I do want to remind you guys, we are just 10 days away from the first Comics and Beer live stream in over a year. And if you're new to the channel and you've never been to a Comics and Beer live stream, make sure you guys tune in on December 16th at 10 p.m. Eastern. And it is going to be one hell of an hour, guys. It is our holiday special, so there's going to be games, there's going to be prizes, there's going to be beers that are drank, there's going to be comics that are given away. You guys do not want to miss Comics Beer on December 16th. It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, games, giveaways, comic news, and we're going to go for everything. And Stephanie is going to be back. And that is the main thing that you guys need to come and experience if you've never experienced a Comics and Beer live stream. Because she is the key thing to this channel. She is the key thing to that live stream. She is the key to my life. All right, guys. So with a reminder out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into this week's checklist. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into this checklist. And the first thing that we're going to cover in today's video, we're going to go over my pull list. I'm going to show you guys every single comic book that I am picking up this week, and this week is a doozy. And after that, we're going to go over the chopping block. These are the books that I'm considering chopping from my pull list because they're just no longer enjoyable. And then after that, it's one of my favorite sections. It is my cover lover picks. These are the books that I might be picking up or I am picking up based on the cover art alone. And after that is a new section to this video called The Number Ones to be excited about. These are new #1 issues to new series that I am just really excited about, and I want you guys to know about them. And then after that is the almost top 5. These are the books that almost made the top 5 list, but they just didn't make it. And then last but not least, we go over my top 5 must-have pickups for this upcoming new comic book day. And again, it's all based on the guts of the book, what's inside the story, the artwork mashed together to make an amazing story. All right, guys, that is my checklist for this video, which is now titled Your Wednesday Pull List. So let's go ahead and dive into the first thing on this checklist, which is my pull list. Alright, guys, as you can see right back here, it's my pull list. But guys, I'm going to throw it up screen right now so that way you guys can see it nice and large. And as you can see, there are 34. You heard that right. We have crossed the 20s into the 30s. I am picking up 34 books this week, and that does not count variant covers. So 34 books are on my pull list. There are 6 new #1s, and there are 3 books. Only 3 of the 34 that I am not caught up on, so those stories will not make my top 5 list. But guys, that is the pull list. Guys, how many books are you pulling this week? Let me know down in the comments below. Do you have a gigantic pile of books that you're picking up this week? Let me show you how many books I had to read to be able to make this video today, because it is absolutely insane. Guys, this is the stack of books I had to read to make this video. That is 26 comics to be prepared for this video. It was a lot of reading, but I'm pretty proud of myself. I got it done. All right, guys, let's jump in to the chopping block. Alright, guys, there's only one title that is on the chopping block this week, and the story has really gotten weak over the issues. And guys, I'm talking about Ghost Rider. I was super excited for Johnny Blaze to get his own solo series back, but as this story has progressed, it's gotten weirder and weirder, and the writing just seems to have gotten worse over time, and it's just not an enjoyable book anymore. And if I can cut back so my pull list does not have 34 books on it, it's probably a good thing. So I'm gonna probably cut this book from my pull list. I might get 2 more issues because I've already pre-ordered the next 2 issues, but after that, it's probably gonna be the last time you will see this book on my pull list. All right, guys, so that is the chopping block. Let's go ahead and dive into my cover lover picks. Alright guys, it's time to dive into my cover lover picks, and with a week this big, I thought I would have a lot more covers, but there's only 4 covers that I want to share with you guys that I would consider buying based on the cover art alone. And the first one up is Immortal X-Men issue number 9. This is the Peach Momoko variant, and I think Psylocke on this cover looks absolutely fantastic. She has this sexy but also really cute appeal to me right here, and it is fantastic. And after that is Poison Ivy issue number 7, the 1 in 50 incentive cover done by Josh Middleton. This is a foil cover, and I think Josh Middleton crushed this cover. Poison Ivy looks absolutely amazing, guys. If you agree with me, guys, let me know down in the comments below. But let's go ahead and move into the third cover, and that is The Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing issue number 3, the cover D, the Raphael Scarmento holiday variant. I think this is such a cool cover. You got the Joker holding out an ornament, and you see his reflection in the ball. This would be an awesome book to add to a collection of holiday covers. Such a cool cover. And the final cover that I want to share with you guys is for Nocterra, the Val Special issue number 1. Now this is the Tula Latte cover, and if you've been following this channel as of late, you know I've put a Tula Latte cover almost on every single one of these videos. She is becoming one of my favorite artists, and Val looks so freaking cool on this cover. And again, she's sexy, but also kind of a little cute, but it's also Nocterra, and she is a complete badass. So this cover is a home run in my opinion. All right, guys, those are my 4 cover lover picks. If there's a cover that you love that is not on this list, guys, let me know down in the comments below. And again, it has to be a book that you would buy based on the cover art alone. All right, guys, those are my cover lover picks. Let's dive into the news section, which are the new number 1s you should be excited about. Alright guys, so this new section, we're going to cover titles that are launching with new number 1s, or they are a brand new series. And the reason why I am putting them in their own section is because they are new number 1s. I have not read these stories. I don't know if the stories are any good or the artwork is any good. So they are books to be excited about, but they are definitely not going to be on my must-have pickups. Alright guys, so the first title that we're going to cover is Gargoyles issue number 1. This is coming from Dynamite Comics, and it's written by Greg Weisman and art by George Cambadias. I believe I pronounced that right, Cambadias. But guys, this is hitting home with the nostalgia. If you grew up in the 90s like I did, because I was born in 1980, and I grew up with the Gargoyles. This cartoon was so freaking amazing, and this David Nakayama cover A is fantastic. And there are some other covers that are so freaking cool. But guys, I looked at Greg Weisman's previous work, and I didn't see anything that stood out to me that yeah, I've read that. That's amazing. So that's one of the main reasons why this book is on this list. And again, same for George Cambadias. I haven't seen any of his artwork, so I don't know if it's good or bad, but guys, I am excited about this book because it's Gargoyles. I loved that cartoon when I was a kid, so nostalgia is hitting hard, and I'm picking up this book. All right, guys, what is the next book? All right, guys, and the next book that has a new number 1 is Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 1. Comes out this week. This is a new run on the book, and this is written by Cody Ziegler and art by Federico Vicentia. I don't know. I am obviously totally butchering that, and I am sorry, Federico. But this is a new number 1 for Miles Morales, who is a very popular Spider-Man. But guys, Cody Ziegler's previous work, I did not enjoy. So I am excited for this run because maybe Cody Ziegler is going to bring it, and it's going to be an amazing story. But what I've read of his in the past, I'm not super duper excited. And again, I don't know Federico's artwork. So again, I don't know if you really should be all that excited for this series, or maybe just pick up the first few and see what you think. But guys, I really enjoy Miles Morales. My son prefers Miles Morales over Peter Parker, so I want to give this a shot. Hopefully it's good, and maybe I can read it with my 7-year-old, and it would be a good book to read together. I don't know. Guys, let me know down in the comments below if you're also excited for this book. Alright guys, I have one last title that is a new series coming out from Boom Studios, and it's called Know Your Station. So I'm going to read the synopsis real quick because this is a book that no one knows about. Obviously, you guys knew Miles Morales, and you knew, and most of you know what the Gargoyles are, but Know Your Station, you guys don't know. I don't know, so let's check it out. Alright guys, the wealthiest people in the solar system abandoned the Earth for a private sanctuary in space, leaving the rest of us to die amidst a cataclysmic climate change. But the 1% won't be safe for long. A murderer is on the loose, specifically targeting the super rich. Soon Elsie, an employee of the billionaire space station, is wrapped up in a deadly investigation, with each issue featuring a new, diabolical, different kill. 2021's breakout writer Sarah Gailey, who wrote Eat the Rich, which was an awesome book, and rising star Lena Kangas take a stab at the ultra-wealthy, their dreams of escaping the very planet they put in peril, and the consequences of a future that might not be so far away. Guys, that just sounds really good, and the main reason why I'm excited for this book is that the writer is Sarah Gailey. Eat the Rich was an awesome book. It took a little time to build, but at the end, bam, it hit hard, and it was really, really good. So guys, I am super pumped for this. I kind of like space stuff, so bring it, Sarah Gailey. I'm super excited for this book. All right, guys, those are the 3 new #1s that I'm excited about, and you should be too. All right, guys, let's jump into my almost top 5. All right, guys, my almost top 5 has 5 books on it. It fits perfectly. All right, guys, so let's dive right in. And the first one up is Batman issue number 130. This is the final issue of the Failsafe story arc. This is written by Chip Zdarsky and art by Jorge Jimenez. If you guys are not reading this, you should. It's not amazing, but it is a good story, and the artwork is fan-frickin-tastic. And next up is Gotham City Year 1. Issue number 3 comes out this week. This is written by Tom King and art by Phil Hester, and this is just a really good crime story. I'm really enjoying it, and it is tying back into Batman, so it's pretty cool. And this is really a really good book by Tom King. I'm enjoying it. And after that, we have Batman and the Joker, The Deadly Duel, issue number 2, written and drawn by Mark Silvestri, and this is just a really cool book that is forcing Batman and the Joker to team up and then fight a baddie. How cool is that? It's really freaking cool. And after that, we have Little Monsters, issue number 8. This is written by Jeff Lemire and art by Dustin Gwen. And this is a story about vampires who are kids that have been around like a dead Earth, and they haven't seen humans for a very long time, and they've been living off like animals. But then they find a human, and they get some human blood, and that gets them really invigorated to find more humans. And then there's some that won't eat the human, and they're like fighting against each other, and the story's getting really good. Issue number 8 was a banger, and I cannot wait to see where this goes. And guys, check out this cover right here. This is the cover 8. It is so freaking cool. All right, guys, so the final book on my almost top 5 list is The Predator. Issue number 5 comes out this week. Guys, this is an awesome story. Issue number 4 was freaking amazing. Guys, if you are not reading The Predator, it is more about a story about a girl whose family was murdered by a predator, and she has been hunting them down ever since. And it is a badass story. And her best friend is also a ship, which is also freaking cool. So many cool things. It's kind of like a Knight Rider feel. So good. And the artwork by Kev Walker, off the chains. So good. Perfect. Kev Walker, you are perfect for this Predator story. All right, guys, those are my almost top 5. Let's dive in to the meat of this video, which is the top 5 must-have pickups. All right, guys, let's find out what my number 5 book is. Alright guys, sitting in the number 5 spot is a Marvel book, and it was definitely a surprise to make this top 5 list, but as I was cultivating down this list, this book just stayed in the top 5, and it was awesome, guys. I am talking about Fantastic Four. Issue number 2 comes out this week, and guys, Marvel promised this fantastic run by Ryan North and Ivan Coelho would feature more personalized stories with the characters. And guys, issue number 1 featured the Thing and his wife Alice, I believe that's her name, and guys, this story was freaking awesome. I'm not gonna ruin anything about it, but it just featured the Thing and his wife, and it was so freaking cool. I love that they're making this more of a character book, and they're gonna do little character stories. That is exactly what I want. I want them to go deeper into the characters. I don't want these big outward tales, galactic stories. That's what some people I'm sure are looking for in the Fantastic Four, but I know nothing about them, and this was perfect. And guys, Ivan Coelho's artwork was fantastic. What a perfect team with Ryan North and Ivan Coelho. Now, are the future stories gonna be just as good as this first one? I don't know, but it ended with a bang because I did not read the previous run, and wow, what happened to New York? What did the Fantastic Four do? I cannot wait to find out. All right, guys, so that is my number 5 book. If you guys like little characterized stories, like just about a couple characters, this might be the new book for you. All right, guys, let's find out what my number 4 book is. Alright guys, sitting in the number 4 spot is an independent, and I'm talking about Behold Behemoth. Issue number 2 comes up this week. Now, this is written by Tate Bromble and art by Nick Robles. And guys, this story was so freaking good. I was so happy when I finally read this that it was good, because I've had this book for a few weeks now, because I don't read my books until the week before the next issue comes out. So these are nice and fresh in my mind for this video right here. And guys, this story features so many good things. So in the first page, you are introduced to the main character and you're at his brother's funeral. What sadness already at the beginning, and then you get a little flashback to their past. You're introduced to them as kids and what's happening in their life, and it's traumatic. They're orphans and they're in, like, you know, these foster homes. And then in the next page, it's post-apocalyptic world, and your main character is like this really cool character with this big stick, and then it just goes on from there, and it is so good. You're bouncing back and forth from the present day to the future and to the past. And it is so well done. Tate Bromble, you should be so proud of yourself, because this was such an amazing tale. And Nick Robles' artwork was really good in this book. This is a solid, hands down, must-have pickup. And guys, there's also some really good covers for this. And guys, this is just a really good book. Make sure you guys are giving Behold Behemoth a chance, because in my opinion, it is a must-have pickups. It's got the good guts. All right, guys, let's find out what the middle of this top 5 list is gonna hold for us in the number 3 spot. Alright guys, we're in the meat of this list with the number 3 book. These next 3 books are bangers. These are truly must-have pickups, even though the first 2 were definitely must-have pickups as well. But guys, the number 3 book is Poison Ivy. Issue number 7 comes out this week. It's written by G. Willow Wilson, and art, there's a new artist on the book now. His name is Tugan Ilihan. I'm totally butchering that, but he is a new artist joining the book. And guys, this is an amazing story. The first arc was freaking amazing. You saw Poison Ivy as a true villain as she's crossing the country, spreading this plague. She wants to bring down humanity. But as she goes across the United States, she's meeting people that are truly worthy of being saved, that are helping her, like, you know, see that she doesn't have to wipe the planet clean, because there are people worth saving. And then at the very end, she's like, she does something heroic. But then at the end of that, she does something truly villainous. It is so good. G. Willow Wilson is telling such an amazing tale. So we have great writing, great art in that first arc. I don't know if this new artist is going to be as good. I really hope they are. But guys, the covers for these issues have been bangers since issue number 1. I've been picking up a lot of these covers because they are just so good. But I'm also mainly picking up this book because this story by G. Willow Wilson is amazing. It's a great Poison Ivy tale, because she is a character that has 2 sides. A character that wants to promote life. She wants to save it, but she also is a villain, and she wants to bring it down when people screw up the earth. It is so good. It is so good. And there's also been this little part of the story where Poison Ivy is writing letters to Harley Quinn, and in the issue number 6, Harley Quinn gets in a car and she's racing to her love. Oh, it's so good. So good. All right, guys, that is my number 3 book. Let's find out what my number 2 is. Alright guys, the number 2 book. This book almost made the top spot. And I am talking about Sword of Azrael. Issue number 5 comes out this week. It's written by Dan Waiters and art by Nicola. I'm putting his name up here because I do not know how to pronounce that last name. But guys, I do want to start with talking about the art in this book. It is so good. It definitely leans more to an anime type style, but guys, the action panels are incredible. He draws in a way that's almost done with like wide angle lenses, and the way that he like produces the action and envelops you into the story is so good. I'll try to make sure I put some screenshots on screen right now to show some of these panels that I'm talking about. It just really brings you into the story, and it's so good. It's so good. Obviously, this is a story about Azrael, John Paul Valley, but we are going deep into his programming, deep into the past of these brothers of St. Dumas and everything that happened. It is so amazing what Dan Waiters is doing. He's bringing this world and making it so big, and you're realizing how twisted all this stuff was going back hundreds of years. It's so good. It is so good. I cannot wait to see the journey that John Paul Valley is going to take in this story. Maybe we're going to get an even better version of him at the end of the story, and they can bring him back into the Batman world and not be like this like sidekick character. Be more of a prominent force for Batman, it would be so good. But this story is amazing. The artwork is amazing. Some of the covers have been pure bangers in my opinion. This is a great story. And also, it's obviously involves Batman and the Batman family, and that's so close to me because I love everything Batman. But really, guys, this is way beyond that. This is way beyond just me enjoying it because it is like involved in Batman. No, this is a must-have pickup. This has the good guts. Be reading this, it's so good. All right, guys, what is the #1 book? I guarantee you almost all of you can probably already guess, but guys, we gotta dive into it because it is so good. Alright guys, if you have been following this channel long enough, you know what's in the #1 spot. It's an independent, it's from Image Comics, it's written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson. Let's say it together. My #1 book is Do a Powerbomb. Holy guacamole, I cannot believe how amazing of a story this is. I should have known from the very beginning. I probably did know, I just didn't want to admit it, that I was going to love a wrestling book so much. Yes, this is a lot more than a wrestling book, but guys, this is so good. So good. This is a story about wrestling, but it's about a family too. A family that's dealing with the loss of their mom and their wife, and they're struggling so hard, and they show what they're willing to do to get her back, and it's so good. And also, the father and daughter were pushed apart by the death of their mom and wife, and now they're coming together at the end. And this issue #7 is the final issue, the culmination of all of this. What's gonna happen? Are they gonna be able to bring her back? And if you read issue #6, you know, I don't want to tease it, but they're gonna wrestle someone really big, like this thing. Who is the biggest of all things? Creators, little hints, but guys, oh my god, the action in this story is so big, so big. Daniel Warren Johnson draws action better than I want to say almost better than anyone, even though I just said that Nicola does a really good job because he does, like I said, like he puts you in like a wide angle lens and a fisheye lens, it does all that. But Daniel Warren Johnson, his line work it just produces the best action ever. It's so freaking good. And again, his storytelling is amazing. You're feeling for this daughter and this father. They're finally coming together after being pushed apart for so long. There was so much hate there at the beginning of this story, but now they're back together and they've forgiven each other and they're fighting together, and it's so good. Whew, so good. I just wish, the one thing I wish about this book is that they had better covers. The Daniel Warren Johnson covers are great, but man, why didn't they have some more variant covers for this? I would have been a sucker for all of them. It would have been like, taking Bruce's money, but they didn't. I've been sticking with the cover A's, and if Daniel Warren Johnson does the cover B, I picked that up. But other than that, it's like, what? You missed out. You missed out, Image. But guys, Do a Powerbomb. Amazing book. Even if you don't like wrestling, amazing book. Alright guys, that is my top 5 list. Guys, huge week in comics, gigantic, 34 books on the pull list. And don't forget, comics and beer, 10 days. 10 days! Alright guys, this is the end. Let's wrap this video up. Alright guys, we are at the end of the video. If you have made it this far, because I'm sure this video is a lot longer than our normal videos, I appreciate you, and I want to let you guys know you guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel by watching this long into the video. And guys, if you're not subscribed and you enjoy this kind of content, get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. And my last and final reminder for you guys is that comics and beer, 10 days. I know I just said it, but I'm saying it again because I want you guys all to be there. Giveaways, games, fun times to be had for all. And guys, the main thing, Stephanie's gonna be back. She's in front of the camera. She's hilarious. And yes, she's gonna give each and every one of you a really hard time, but that is her charm. That's what makes her her, and it's amazing. But guys, we are getting closer and closer to Christmas, but that means we're also getting closer and closer to the end of the year. And I really would like to do some, like, top 5, DC books of the year, top 5 Marvel books of the year, top 5 indies, maybe my top 5 favorite Christmas movies, bring it right into the holidays, or maybe my holidays movies, because there's other holiday movies that doesn't involve Christmas. But guys, I want to try to fit those in. I'm going to do my best. Those are probably going to be shorter videos. I'm just going to hit you with some facts and hit you with some things. But guys, I want to do it because I want to produce more content for you guys. So I'm going to do my best. We'll see how it goes. But guys, thank you guys so much for sticking around. I'll be back on Thursday for comic book speculation and recommendations. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys, on Thursday. See you in the next one. Peace.